What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 12 of Blood, Saint, and Beers with me, Saintmillion, and my co-host, BloodThunder.
Hello.
How you doing, man?
Good. Got my haircut and looking fresh.
You looking so spiffy.
So spiffy.
Getting ready for GDQ with the haircut.
Yeah, and
All
then I
fancy.
realized that I cut my hair as it's getting colder outside, which is always great.
It's always
So.
kind of the worst thing. I was considering getting my haircut too, but yeah, your ears get colder faster.
But I always wear a
Your
beanie
entire
anyway,
head.
so it doesn't matter.
That's true. That's true. You're getting that good look for GDQ. You're gonna have the makeup artist. You're gonna do some extra makeup.
Look all pretty.
Mm-hmm. And I was just telling you about this before the show, but in the GDQ stuff they sent out to all the runners, they basically told you all the stuff you should know if you're a console runner or PC runner, the stuff you need to be doing to get it prepared for your run. But they were also like, you might remember last year we had a makeup person to de-shine your face or whatever it's called, like to make the reflection of the light not a thing. They actually do your makeup, and you can request additional makeup, which is the thing that I thought was hilarious. I was considering just asking for a bunch of ridiculous shit for my run,
like blackface.
just fuck my shit up. Do whatever. I don't care. Give me lipstick.
I wonder if they're giving like specific instructions of like, if they ask for this, you cannot do it.
Hey, just give me like green lipstick and like eyeshadow.
Make me look like a Picasso painting, please. Just like nose over here on my forehead. And
did you ever see The Dark Knight? Make me Heath Ledger Joker. I think that would be cool. Yeah, you could do that. I think that'd be great.
I want to look like Venom. Make it
Venom. So there's not a lot of news going on, but we are going to hit a few things. We're going to hit a few things that I thought were kind of funny and noteworthy. Also, if this is your first podcast, Blood, Saint, and Beers, we talk about gaming, movies, media, whatever the fuck. We just kind of chill and talk about what we like. If you're down with that, that's what we do. So Smash Ultimate, there's been a big glitch that everyone's freaking out about. If you haven't seen it, so there's this character in the game named Isabelle. She's from Animal Crossing. She has an attack where she throws a fishing rod. She like fishes for somebody. It's like a ranged grab.
Okay.
And it hits items as well. And there's an item in the game that's called the Assist Trophy. And when you pick up the Assist Trophy, it spawns a character from a game who basically got rejected as a character in Smash. So you get like Knuckles comes out and he like helps you out. He like fights the enemy team, or Waluigi comes out and he starts doing Waluigi shit.
Waluigi shit.
Yeah, he just runs around and makes the noise that everyone hates.
Yeah, I mean that sounds about right for what he does.
Yeah. So if two Isabelles both fish for the same assist trophy, but one is slightly faster than the other, the one that's slightly faster pulls the assist trophy, and for some reason the other Isabelle fishing for it glitches it out. And the Isabelle that grabbed it first infinitely spawns whatever comes out of that assist trophy. So it just constantly spawns like Waluigis until there's like 100 Waluigis running around the stage, like comboing everyone. So that's kind of the social media fodder of the day. Is everyone is tweeting a clip of insert trophy here spawning infinitely, and then they type in all caps like, "Oh my god, this is all I wanted from Ultimate," and then it gets retweeted 100,000 times.
Nice. I did see a recommended video for Smash because I just have no interest in it right now. Of like who can jump around the Animal Crossing stage like all the way over and all the way under.
I saw that too.
I started watching it just because I was like, you know what, fine, I'll watch it. So I had nothing else to watch at night, and like the guy doing it, like you could tell he didn't put effort into it because he like got somewhat close and he's like, yeah, he couldn't make it. It's like, well, it didn't even look like I could probably make it with that character.
Was it Yeet Smash?
I don't remember. But there's
I watched a similar video.
So it was like he used Ness, who has his up B that shoots the lightning bolt, and you can hit yourself with it. And he did that like once, and then tried to do it again and failed. And he's like, "That's it, you can't make it." I was like, "Well, you missed.
Maybe you didn't get the angle.
Yeah, or whatever. So, and like sometimes,
Yeah,
like I think with Luigi, he got a misfire once, and he said possibly with the second misfire you could make it, but and then like stop
so,
there.
like, why didn't you just try that?
Yeah, so
it's not that rare. It's like 1 in 9 times you do that move.
it was
so,
like super low effort. I was like, well, I'm not even going to finish watching this. So,
yeah, something about those videos are kind of interesting. Like, watch every final smash. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'd like
yeah.
to see that.
I mean, I did that kind of with Mortal Kombat 10. There's like all the fatalities.
All the fatalities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know plenty of people had
I wanna
like
see 'em.
they didn't really play the game, but they just watched all the fatalities or X-rays or whatever. Like,
It's
yeah,
interesting. It's
cool to
interesting.
watch.
And you get to see the how the work they put into it and like their creativity with it. Some Smash Ultimate final smashes are pretty uninspired. I feel like they were pretty lazy. Like a lot of them are just like a dash forward and like instant kill. It's just like, what? That was it?
Well, I mean, I didn't really play Smash 4, but I played Brawl, and like a lot of those were either it was that or they had some other big ultimate that just like took forever and was like overpowered, and it seemed like they took all of those away and this to go more towards the dash ability.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like Star
And
Fox had the Landmaster that came down.
The
and
Landmaster. You just carried people off the top.
Yeah.
It's like, what? You killed people like 3 times with this.
So they probably didn't want that kind of stuff anymore. It's like just a one and done, get back to playing type of thing.
Smash Ultimates are weird. Like some of them feel like they're really strong, and some other ones are like you get the one big hit, but like doesn't instantly kill people. I don't know.
Yeah.
Smash Ultimate glitch. If you're looking for retweets, just do that glitch and type some capital words. It'll get shared. Probably.
Yeah, maybe.
But
does it work on anything else besides assist trophies or just?
Yeah, it works. Oh, I'm not sure because the poll only. I don't think it works on Pokeballs or anything like that. I don't know. I haven't seen much more than that. Assist trophies are kind of the thing because it's. There was talking on YouTube videos. There was another one that was like, oh, all the assist trophies like Isabelle glitched. And I was like, I'll watch that because it's just like a celebration of excess. It's like, oh, this is what 50 Knuckles looks like. This is what 50 Pongs on the screen look like.
Well, you can just go to VR chat for that.
Well, there you go. Yeah. They're all fat Knuckles and they all are clicking at you and chasing you around. But yeah, you can get that on VR chat. Another bit of news here. Kingdom Hearts 3 somehow got leaked. No one knows how. People just know the full game has been leaked somewhere, somehow.
Well, I don't know if it was confirmed or denied or whatever, but I saw a tweet like someone had prior like a history record or something, and he was the one that leaked it, and he had like 30 copies from a place or something. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I didn't look too much into it because I don't care about Kingdom Hearts. I hate to say it, Kingdom Hearts fans.
I mean, I feel like Kingdom Hearts is kind of an artifact, like past generations of gaming, because like when it came out, I don't know about you, but when it came out, it was a big deal for me because I was big into Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10.
No, it wasn't for me because I didn't play Final Fantasy games, so.
Yeah. So when it came out and it was like, oh, it's also Disney. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And it was like this new story, new characters, battle system. It was like pretty hype. And Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. I was like, okay, whatever, I'll play it. And then this one's coming out. I'm just like, it's just like more Square Enix Kingdom Hearts and like Disney I don't care about. I don't know. I don't really care about Kingdom Hearts 3 either.
Yeah, I mean, I never played these games, I never paid attention, but it's like I always heard like people like, "Oh, Kingdom Hearts is great. It's my favorite game." And then I like one day I just like watch some footage of it. I think someone I followed started playing through, and I watched them or something a long time ago. It's like this doesn't look that great of a game. I mean, it's like you get RPG elements and you get Disney characters. So if you like those, then I guess it's the perfect game. But
yeah.
If you take away all the Disney characters and like just
it's just a okay-ish kind of action RPG. type thing, like beat 'em up RPG, sort of.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for story, Kingdom Hearts story's just garbage.
Yeah, I heard the plot
really bad.
is either bad or like overly complicated to the point where like no one understands it.
Yeah, it's like deviant art fanfic levels of like, oh, you're an unknown banished Neo man. Oh, you're heartless. Oh, I thought he was dead. Oh, this is weird. Oh, alternate universe. And it's just like, okay, I don't care. This is all dumb. This is all just anime bullshit.
I feel like a lot of RPGs kind of follow that like fanfic. Like, oh, I thought he was dead, but he's really come back as an evil bad guy now. Kind of.
Yeah, I just couldn't care less unless I was like 14 years old.
Wow, shots fired.
But you know, well, I mean, it's not shots. It's just how I feel. But anyways, multiple sources apparently are coming out that people were like selling copies on Facebook for like $100 pop.
Damn.
And spoilers were coming out. Clips were coming out of the game.
This game doesn't come out until like January, right? Like,
yeah, another month.
Wow.
And Squeenix put out a statement saying, "Hey, we acknowledge that there's been some stuff circulating, that the clips are coming out of the game, but don't worry because the game's epilogue and secret movie at the end are the biggest spoilers, and we didn't put the spoilers in the game until it's released," which I think is a lie. That just sounds like a lie.
How would you do that? Like a day one patch where it just gets added in? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's not impossible, but the fact that they came out and said the biggest spoilers are planned to be released at a later date just in case, so they will not be shown before the game's released. That's weird.
Yeah, because that kind of means they were like expecting a leak, maybe.
Possibly. I mean, that could be.
It's a leak where it's actually them doing it, just saying it's not them.
Oh my god, the 300 IQ plays.
Yeah. But the thing is, if people install the games on their devices, that's trackable. And you could like ban anyone that. I'm assuming this is for console. You could.
I think so.
Like PlayStation or something. You could just like, oh, this person's installed Kingdom Hearts. So just ban them or something like that.
Yeah, in modern gaming, I'm sure you can like track that shit somehow. I'm not sure if they got like a physical copy, but even if you get a physical copy,
I mean, every physical copy, like you install or there's a patch or something.
Yeah, you have to connect and do shit, which is just modern gaming garbage.
Oh, speaking of modern gaming, Soulja Boy has been making some news that I forgot about. But he's been selling like a Chinese knockoff console, which is basically just a bunch of like emulators put together as his own system, and he's sold those, and now he's making a second version already, and he wants to make an esports team with Ninja and get invested. And it's like he's, first of all, the console stuff, he's going to get massive fines and sued over, if not jail time. So if you're selling, I think that it says it comes with like 850 games installed of like SNES and Dreamcast games, like all the old stuff. And you can't just sell those things.
Can't sell that.
No.
I feel like Soulja Boy really has no idea what's going on.
Yeah. So,
or he does, and he just doesn't give a fuck.
I just love the fact that he started making this first console. It's like Soulja console or something.
Soulja something.
And then
Soulja game.
Within like a month, he's releasing a second version already. Like this.
I think he was getting fined or like looked into by the government for the first one, and then he released the second one.
Yeah, he's just doubling down, like, just constantly, just like, nope, making big boy plays out here. But it's,
and I guess as of today, he's releasing another game console and a handheld console.
Oh man!
So look out for the Soulja Boy Retro Soulja Boy mini handheld console.
That's what I want for Christmas.
Imagine that's what you got for Christmas and you were a kid.
You're like,
I got
mom,
the
mom, I really want a PS4 this Christmas. Like, it's all I want. And it's like, oh, you open it up. It's Soulja Boy retro mini handheld. What is this?
what
Oh,
the fuck is going on? It has like SNES ROMs on it. You're like, I've played these on my computer.
well, the guy at
Damn
the
it.
store said it had 800 games, and I thought that was a good deal. So there you go.
I mean, that's a lot of games
Yeah.
for like $70, to be fair.
Yeah, it's kind of funny though. It's just,
Yeah, it's kind of the equivalent of just like buying your own PSP and modding it
yeah.
with like games. So yeah, what the fuck is he doing? He's
Probably
getting
going
his
back to
name
jail
out
here
there.
soon. But
Well, we can only hope so.
I think speaking of people like looking into him and starting fines and lawsuits, it's probably why he came out and talked more about starting up esports. There's like a new headline, so people would forget about the gaming stuff. But it's funny. He's like, yeah, it's like me and Ninja are tight. You know, I'm gonna ask him to start this esports team with me. I'm like, yeah, if he's gonna partner with someone, he's probably gonna go with someone a little bit bigger,
like Drake or some shit.
Well, I think Drake's involved with 100 Thieves at this point.
He is. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I guess Ninja's not on like an esports franchise.
I mean, he's on Red Bull, but he's not like
Mm.
he could start his own team at this point.
Yeah, Red Bull's just like their own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Soulja Boy's, you know, a punk ass. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I mean, he's making money, I guess.
I mean, maybe illegally.
I wonder if we'll get sales numbers for how many of these consoles he sells. I'd love to see how many people actually bought some.
That would feel so bad. Is this like the drug dealer's equivalent to like selling game consoles?
Oh, out of like the back of their cars.
Yeah.
Like, oh, here's some weed, but you want to buy this PlayStation I got? Like $20?
Yeah, Soulja Boy just like such a gangster, but like in console sales, they're just selling fraudulent consoles. Like, yeah, man, it plays all the new games and you get like thousands of games. It's what you want.
I mean, I guess so.
Like, he's just trying to hustle like it's.
Well, apparently these are like they're like knockoffs made over in China, but he's like rebranding them and selling them too.
Yeah, it's like dumb on top of dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty funny. Pretty funny.
Gotta hustle.
On the topic, you gotta hustle, apparently. On the topic of people suing people, all sorts of people are coming out of the woodwork to sue Epic over dances that I guess are being sold on Fortnite.
Yeah, it's their emotes. You know, they're pretty notorious for it. Anytime like a dance becomes a social media phenomenon, they just take it and make it into an emote. And they've taken some pretty famous dances, which I guess have a copyright to them.
That's a weird thing about dances. It's like they are copyrightable, but generally in like just entertainment history, they haven't been like suable offenses. Like dances will be done in TV shows or movies or SNL, but no one really sues them. But Fortnite, I guess, is a special case because they monetize off it.
Yeah, I think it's because
kind of way.
They're selling them and just the sheer amount of money they're making off of it. Whereas if it's in a TV show or a movie, it's like, well, they're not making money directly off that dance. Whereas this, they are.
Yes. Yeah, there's the argument. It's like, well, we have our game here. People aren't like, we're not making the money from the dance. But then it could be argued like, hey, your dance costs money.
Yeah. Remember when PUBG sued Fortnite? Everybody lost their mind.
Yeah. Yeah, and everyone looked at PUBG like, oh, you're just sore losers.
Which you kind of were, but.
That's true. And this all started when the rapper 2Milli, I think is his name.
Yep.
Made like a couple weeks ago.
Millie Rock Dance, I believe is what he's known for.
Yeah. A couple weeks ago, he didn't sue them, but he was saying he was threatening to sue them because he didn't feel it was right that his dance he made, which is fair if he made his dance, his creative work, got put into Fortnite. Like they just put it in there because it was popular. He's like, hey, that's kind of not cool, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, nah, I can see where he come from. Then last week he filed lawsuit. And just recently, I think like a day ago, the guy from Fresh Prince, Alfonso Ribeiro, He is suing over
Carlton.
the Carlton dance. It's not unusual to be in love at any time,
Mm-hmm.
because that's in the game. And now the kid who made the floss dance, the backpack kid who did that dance
Oh, he's suing
originally,
him
I
too?
guess,
Oh, man.
he just joined the fray in
I
the
saw the other two. I didn't
lawsuits.
know this kid was doing it. But yeah, that floss thing, that's like an icon of
That's
Fortnite now.
that's
So,
becoming, like, the biggest dance. Like, and when I think Fortnite dance, I think that retarded fucking
yeah.
the specially gifted dance.
I'd say the
Um,
floss is probably the most well-known or like
yeah, and
most
it's
connected to Fortnite.
it probably has the biggest case in terms of, like, "Hey, if you make money over this dance, you
Mhm.
didn't make that. You clearly stole that."
Yeah.
I think it is kinda crazy to sue over a dance, but I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with this.
Yeah.
I'm not a legal professional.
I don't know what kind of standards there are in place for dances
I read
being
up yeah.
copyrightable or
So
infringing upon dances.
I read up on this a little bit earlier this week, and apparently when it comes to an original dance, just like a completely original, like, sequence of moves dance, uh, you can copyright it, but even if you didn't copyright it and you just kinda did it and was,
Mhm.
like, unique in your own way, then you don't even need to copyright it. Like, if you can provide a source of you doing the dance, like a video or something like that, you have grounds to have, like, copyright to it.
I mean, yeah, there's always,
It's really weird.
you don't have to necessarily copyright stuff, but like websites, you don't have to go out and actually copyright it.
Yeah.
But if someone straight up takes their code and makes it their own, then that you can sue for that.
Yes. Yeah. It's like intellectual property
Mhm.
or something like that. So they could have a case,
Yeah, it'd be interesting
especially
to see.
Floss Kid.
Good old
Floss
Floss
Kid.
Kid being a millionaire.
Yeah, like they're doing these dances in, like, the YouTube Rewind. Like, that's how much people know it and shit.
Do you think if they win the lawsuit, they only get V-Bucks in return instead of actual money? We'll give you 2
We
million
can only
V-Bucks.
hope so. They'll give them enough V-Bucks to buy their own dance.
Buy their own
And it'll
Soulja Boy
be
consoles.
It's a Soulja Fuse Boy home console. I wonder if they played Blu-rays.
Probably not.
Oh, if
It,
they did, then it might be worth it.
maybe. I have to look into that.
It might just be worth adding to your living room there. But that's all I got in terms of random, hilarious, dumb news.
Well,
Surrounding gaming, at least.
going off the back of gaming, Steam has announced their winter sale, which is coming on the 20th. If you're looking for good sales, they've also announced the nominees for their own game awards this year, which are vastly different than the ones we saw at the Game Awards because there's no console exclusive games and there's no games like Fortnite that aren't on Steam included. So a lot of the big contenders
Steam Awards
are taken off the list. So a lot like Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War, Spider-Man, all those are off the table. It's kind of interesting to see, especially since some of them are from not 2018.
That's also the funny thing.
Yeah,
So
I guess it's
go through these.
I guess it might be based on like sales in 2018, which is why they're up there. That's the only reason I can think of. But at least for the game of the year, very, very strange category. You have PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds,
which is already weird, but I guess not too much.
Monster Hunter World, which makes sense because we saw that on Game of the Year for the Game Awards.
Yeah, the big game.
Kingdom Come Deliverance, which
that one kind of stuck out to me. So I was
yeah,
like, I guess that was a good game, but like, was it that big?
Yeah, it's I didn't hear anything bad about it. I didn't hear anything great about it. No one's I know is still playing it. Hitman 2, which came out, and then Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Okay.
Which is technically on Steam, but you have to go through Uplay anyways. Or Origin, or whatever it is. So it's technically on Steam, but you don't launch it through Steam. It's just kind of weird.
That was weird. Yeah, Hitman 2, I didn't play that, but like Hitman 2 and Kingdom Come Deliverance, I was like, Wait, those are the games of the years.
You won out, Robody.
Oh, am I still a Robody?
Mm-hmm. I think it might be your.
I can fix it real quick. Anyways, back to, but yeah, Hitman 2. That one kind of. What were we talking about?
The game of the year, Hitman 2.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, I just got a free copy of Well, it might have been the first Hitman, but Intel was giving out. I don't know why, giving out free games.
Oh wow!
And they sent me a code, and I got like maybe it was the first Hitman. So I got all the DLC and stuff with it. It's cool. I need to play.
Do you ever play Hitman games?
Not really. No.
Are you a stealth action kind of guy?
Sort of. I mean, I played Dishonored and Dishonored 2 and Prey to an extent, kind of that way. But an Alien Isolation, I guess I played, which I didn't really care too much for. But I don't know. Yeah. They're kind of fun to mess with.
Yeah. I still need to play Hitman 2. I just never really got around to it. I don't really get new games too often unless it's like a special occasion. But
like a Soulja Boy Fuse gaming console.
Like, I'm just going to have to get that, if I want to keep up. So there was also VR Game of the Year, which I have no experience with. They got Skyrim VR, VR Chat, Beat Saber, Fallout 4 VR, and Superhot VR.
Most of which did not come out in 2018. Well, actually, the VRs might have. I don't remember. But I feel like they're at least 2017.
Yeah.
For Skyrim and Fallout 4.
Yeah, those are all new. And then
very strange.
Labor of Love nominees. Got Dota 2. Is like a big game of theirs. Labor of Love.
I wonder that. This list that we have doesn't have descriptions for how they classify these.
No, not at all.
So I wonder what labor of love really means, like time spent in development. I don't
like. I would argue that some of these, like Grand Theft Auto 5, was that a labor of love? That's a very AAA expensive game.
That's a labor of love of money.
Yeah, I mean, most games are a labor of love. Well, Dota 2 probably not a labor of love. That's just like League of Legends is big. We can get a hold of Dota. Let's make Dota 2. I would say that's probably not a labor of love. I think that's just a cash in.
Yeah. I assume, like, is No Man's Sky at this point a labor of love? It's like
I would say that makes sense. Considering they've been patching it and they really felt bad about the release and it got pushed out. Maybe
that's a labor of guilt. So that's not a labor of love.
Guilt. So we got labor of money, labor of guilt, Path of Exile.
That would be a labor of love, probably. They seem like
that's a labor of love.
Pretty solid dev team behind it.
Labor of Diablo 2.5. That's Path of Exile, I feel.
Labor of not having phones.
There you go. Labor of capitalizing on Blizzard's troubles.
Yeah, that's Stardew Valley. So
I haven't played that, but I've only heard amazing things about it.
Yeah, it's one of those games where people that play the ever-loving hell out of it.
They play it. They live it. That's it. So labor of love is a weird category that they don't really go into at all.
Yeah. So is best environment, which is the next category. So a lot of these games have more than one environment. But
yes.
The 5 they have on there is The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, which I don't know if that's the DLC or just a title of expansion or something.
Believe that's the game.
That's just the game. Okay.
That's the game.
Yeah. So Subnautica, which I guess is just underwater.
Water game.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Just a Tomb Raider game. Far Cry 5. And then Dark Souls 3.
I mean, I guess they're trying to give Subnautica an award here. Because all these other ones are just very vague and have multiple environments. Subnautica is the only one that stands out as like, oh, that's the water one where you're in the ocean.
Yeah, it's like from what I know about the other ones, they have multiple. Like it's a huge map. Well, I don't know about Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but I'm assuming it's a huge map where there's tons of different varieties of environments. It's like, what is this category?
It's Dark Souls 3 best environment. It's just like, I mean, there's some cool visuals and
Yeah.
environments, plural environments. So Subnautica, I guess, is gonna
Yeah, good
win.
job, Subnautica.
Woo,
Which is
gotta
actually
get
free on
get
the
my
Epic
Soulja
launcher at the moment. So
It is?
yeah, if you have the Epic
Oh.
launcher, you can get Subnautica for free for like the next week and a half or something like that.
Here we're sponsored by Epic Games,
I wish.
by the way.
Give us money. Give
we
us
can get
give us
that.
$3.
Yeah,
Good.
please.
We need them.
Virginia bucks.
And then next up, we have Better with Friends. I guess just a multiplayer category.
Oh, yes. I skipped that one. I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, it's CSGO, Rainbow Six Siege, Payday 2, which is still kicking somehow, Dead by Daylight, and Overcooked 2.
I've not played any of these, but I've only heard overwhelmingly good things about Rainbow Siege or Rainbow Six Siege.
I played a lot of Payday 2. Just fun.
I never played that.
They had some issues, but they came back out of it. Updated it. Although I think now it has like an official ending, so they're kind of done with it. It seems like.
Oh wow.
Dead by Daylight gets constant updates, and the community's kind of big for that game.
They got a Game Awards trailer twice.
Oh yeah, they did.
They showed the same exact trailer 2 times.
I believe Overcooked won a Game Award. With
I've heard that's a fun game.
It won for family-friendly game or something like that.
Yes, I've heard it's like the girlfriend game.
Oh,
Sexism. I don't know. It's like the game you play with your lady, and it's like fun or something.
I thought that was
Very stereotypical,
yeah.
but it's probably a good game.
Yeah. Besides that,
Yes.
besides being sexist,
Cisco.
it's a good game.
Yeah. Also, literally any game is better with friends. I would say. Most games.
Just trying to think of one,
Smash.
but
Smash Ultimate, which is not on Steam.
yeah, I don't know. You could probably find a game that's worse for friends.
Probably. Nominees for Best Alternate History: Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Hearts of Iron 4.
I don't even know what that is.
Sid Meier's Civ 6 and Fallout 4.
Yeah, this is the one that surprises me the most.
Which came out in 2016?
15. Came out in 2015. And Wolfenstein 2 came out like May of 20. Oh, actually, no, it might have come out October 2017. Yeah, it was October.
Still not 2018.
No,
though.
yeah, still.
But
yeah, Fallout 4.
huh?
A 3-year-old game at this point is up for a 2018 award. Like I said, I'm assuming this is based on sales numbers and not just the fact that it came out this year.
Just like popularity put it here, because Hearts of Iron 4, I just looked it up. It's an RTS game from 2016.
Oh, wow. I feel like Sid Meier's
So-
Civ 6 is also not from this year.
Yeah. Is
I
that the one where people were bitching about the female soldiers or female generals?
I thought that was Battlefield 5.
believe- No, it
Oh.
was some RTS game. I don't
Google
remember.
search it real quick.
I'm just gonna say it was.
This game came out in 2016 as well. There you go.
I guess I guess they just make this list.
The
on,
only one that came out in
popularity.
2018 is Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
There you go, winner. It wins by
By default.
literal ruling. Alternate history. I mean,
the next
Wolfenstein
category
2.
is my favorite category ever,
Mm-hmm.
which is most fun with a machine.
Okay,
Um,
that's very clear. I
mhm.
mean, okay, these games make no sense.
There is games that feature machines in them.
So, not every game ever, just these 5.
Mm-hmm. So you got
we got-
Euro Truck Simulator 2, which I'm gonna assume that's also not
truck's a
2018.
machine.
That's 2012, by the way.
Best.
Rocket
It's the
League,
best 2018.
which is not 2018. Near Automata, which I believe is also not 2018. I believe it's-
No.
Yep, 2017.
None of
Factorio
these are 2018.
and Space Engineers.
Well,
I
that
guess
might be.
Rocket League's in there because the cars are machines.
Yeah, it's like you could just say anything's a machine. I'm pretty sure machines are in, you know, Hitman 2.
Yep. Yep.
Like, there I guess it's if the main character is a machine.
Is Nier a machine? Like the main
Yes,
character?
they're
Okay.
androids. Yeah.
Oh.
From what I
Factorio, are
understand.
you not a person? You're just building machines, right? Or are you
Probably.
also a robot? I don't know.
Oh my god, space engineers is I guess you're just building machines and space engineers.
Yeah, it sounds about
Okay,
right.
well then, I don't know what the fuck.
It's games that have machines in them.
It's near Automata.
Like I said, I think these are just based on sales numbers. Like, oh yeah, these 5 games have like machines in them or something. Just put them together. But who knows?
Most fun with a machine,
Mhm.
meaning your PC.
So there you go.
There you go. Nominees for best developer
They all
are
suck.
the final one. You got just the biggest, most known ones. You got CD Projekt Red, Ubisoft, because Ubisoft does stand for ubiquitous software.
Yep.
So it is Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Bethesda. No. Bethesda, Rockstar Games, Digital Extremes Limited. I don't know what they make. Square Enix, Capcom, Paradox Interactive. Don't know what they make. Bandai Namco Entertainment and Clay.
Digital Extremes is Warframe.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense because Warframe is big.
Paradox. I know Paradox.
I've heard of Paradox too. Let's look them up.
God damn it.
Hearts of Iron, City Skylines,
No,
Stellaris. So they make like RTS type crap.
Yeah,
Clay made Don't Starve and Don't Starve Together and Mark of the Ninja.
what game am I thinking of that?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know. But those are the awards. They seem to be just picked from sales, I guess, and popularity, like what's still ongoing in terms of like what's selling.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
It's very strange.
It's not 2018 awards though. Don't say
No.
that because that's misleading. I guess they just mean these are the awards they're giving out in 2018.
Well, technically they're giving them out in 2019 because it goes until the 3rd. January 3rd is when the voting ends. So
right. So you can vote. I'm not sure how much of the vote will matter, but maybe it's all community voting.
Who knows?
Unlike the Game Awards, which were 10% of the community votes.
We all saw how that turned out.
Yes.
Red Dead. Woo.
Pornhub. Segue.
My favorite developer.
Just no segue whatsoever. A lack of a segue. Pornhub released last week. They released a year in review and a bunch of infographics.
Yeah, they kind of do this dump every year where they have collected data along the year of like trends that have popped up, searches that people do,
yes,
like viewership when certain events go on. Like when the Super Bowl goes on, they track what their dip in users is and whatever, and they just collect all that stuff and put it out. It's always fascinating to see.
Yeah, it's great.
Kind of what trends pop up. It's actually a super long list, so we're probably just gonna like highlight some of the bigger things.
Yeah, some of
along the way,
and more interesting things.
And then if you want to look up, like they break it down like per country, all the stuff. So if you want to check out your own countries, you can Google search Pornhub year in review. Should be able to find it.
So, I guess just going down here, the one they start off with is 33.5 billion visits to Pornhub,
which
I guess sounds normal.
Crazy.
It is crazy.
Considering there are 7 or like almost 8 billion people on Earth now.
That's true. That is true.
4 times that many visits to Pornhub in a year.
People are making multiple visits, or people are making up for other people's visits each day.
I mean, the kids aren't going to be going to Pornhub, so.
I mean, I know, right? I was finding my ways of 4.7 million videos uploaded per day. That's 115 years of video.
I think this is
of
for the
porn.
year, not per day.
Oh yeah, or yeah. Yeah. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
That'd be a little crazy if it's 4.8
That would be
million
pretty
videos a
crazy.
day. Oh my god. But yeah, a
Yes.
million hours of video for a year.
Mm-hmm.
So, you physically cannot watch all the porn on YouTube
In your
lifetime.
life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, this year's porn
in
your life
2018.
typing. Yep.
Yeah. 63 million messages were sent using their messaging system, which is strange.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I didn't even know they had a messaging system.
I knew they had comments and like you could log in and you got achievements. I know that.
I didn't know achievements.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
It looks like you've been here before. Here's an achievement. And it's like, oh.
But the fact that there's 64 million messages, I imagine a lot of these are spam. A lot of bots sending messages and leaving comments, I imagine. But it is still very odd.
I feel like it'd be pretty common. It's like if you're, some lady's watching a video and she makes a comment in the heat of the moment, some other person's on there reading the comments. They're also in the heat of the moment. You're like, I'm gonna fucking send this person a message. And it's like a fucking filthy ass message.
I feel like it'd be more towards like if a couple or a girl uploaded their own video, people watching it would then send them the message, not necessarily between comments. But
yeah, that's actually pretty common from what I understand. Is like there are girls who like take requests on their sites on like what kind of videos
on their Snapchats.
Yeah, people can pay for like certain types of videos to be made, and they like send messages and
all
stuff.
Right, saying what? How much did you pay?
What did you request? Heard about this in an article.
It was $20, wasn't it?
I know it. More expensive than that.
Oh shit!
It's like a couple $100 for like a 8-minute video. It's more if you want like really good shit. So
and then you take that and you upload it on your own site and make money.
And you're like, look what I did.
But yeah, then they kind of break it down into like per minute. Take those yearly statistics.
Oh yeah, every minute. Oh my god.
I think that some of the standout per minute stats is there's 55 views of Kim Kardashian's sex tape per minute.
Per minute.
It's still like one of
in 2018.
It's one of the highest like viewed videos on Pornhub of like all time.
It's probably one of the highest viewed porns ever.
Yeah. If you want to know why she does what she does, it's because of that.
Yeah, she's just famous because of this for some reason.
Who's
not even that good?
Who's in it? Is it Ray J?
It's Ray J and Kim, and that's it.
He's probably retired at this point, based off of how much he makes off of this.
Yeah, he made a living for a while, being that guy, and like girls would actually like pick him up, and he just did not shit. He just doesn't do shit.
He just shits on him.
Yeah, he just shits, and he doesn't do shits. Sometimes he shits, sometimes he doesn't. That's just what he does. That's how big that video is. He made a music single.
Oh, I thought you meant like a single like video he uploaded to Pornhub.
I mean, he did. He did a single video. That's all he had to do. But yeah, he made a song called "I Did It First," and it was directed at Kanye, who's married to Kim Kardashian.
Oh, okay.
It's just goes, I did it, 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 I did it first.
Wow.
That's the song. So yeah.
It's a hot song.
122 messages sent per minute.
Yeah. I like that there's 7,700 gigabytes of data transferred per minute. Just the band. I want to know their bandwidth cost.
Gigabytes.
Yeah. Like that's.
I want to see their like servers. Like
7.7 terabytes of data sent per minute. Like
the Pornhub office and servers have to be like as big as like Facebook, right? Or maybe it's smaller than that.
I would imagine it's bigger.
It could be
Facebook.
Like I want to see their operation. It's probably really professional and like
Oh, I imagine it
top-notch.
is.
Yeah. So
'Cause it's
we
not like
move
they
on
make
to
porn at their Pornhub office. It's
no, they just run it. Like they just gotta make sure everything's top notch because they
yeah.
are the best porn site in terms of like mechanics, I guess.
Sponsor us. Wait, what?
Pornhub Blood Saint beers, by the way. Maybe we can
Yeah, we'll be
come
uploading
over and
a video up there at some point, maybe. Not of us, but
a porn video of us
Mhm.
at it's gonna be GDQ's gonna be a wild time.
We're gonna get a deep fake going where we just take our pictures and put it on someone else. And then,
on like really nice dudes' bodies.
like super
It's-
buff, like
Yeah.
Chris Evans and
It's like
Chris
this is-
Hemsworth.
yeah, oh yeah, that Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth porn that's been out there.
oh yeah, you know the one.
Yeah, we'll just put our faces on it.
Mhm.
They're going to have the searches that define 2018. Number one, I didn't see this. I didn't see number 1 or number 2 coming.
I saw one. I
number
didn't see
one.
number 2.
Stormy Daniels is number 1.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense because it was the big controversy.
If you don't remember Stormy Daniels, she is the lady that was with Trump.
Trump fricked.
Yep. All that controversy came out. So every time she's brought up in the news, apparently searches spiked. And like they even break down later on like just how much, and it's pretty crazy.
Yes.
The amount that spiked up. So that's. But number 2 is
Yeah,
Fortnite,
yeah.
which is pretty
Which
funny.
is weird. I thought that was strange because who wants to watch Fortnite? It's like when Overwatch came out and like everyone's like Googling Overwatch porn. It's like,
Yeah,
why?
I mean,
are
it's
you doing
exactly
that?
like that, but it's even more so.
But bigger. Yeah.
Because you got all those preteens that are like discovering
Oh.
Fortnite. They're like, oh, this character is so cute. Let me go.
I
Google
wonder
pictures.
what she looks like getting fricked.
Yep, just getting all those hormones and stuff. They're frustrated from playing all day, and they just gotta.
Yeah. If there's anything, I remember H3H3 Ethan said this. Whenever there's something that is very high in numbers, like viewership or searches or something, and you don't know where it came from, the answer is always kids or just younger teens. It's always kids.
Absolutely.
That's why Fortnite is number 2, and then number 1 is Stormy Daniels. It's like the kids and then the adults. Weird. So it goes on, just going 3 through 10. 4K resolution. You got romantic porn.
Also, I want to point out this is probably not necessarily in order, like the highest searches, like per volume. It's just like the highest rise in terms of like percentage.
Yeah, they go super deep into
Some of these I don't believe
all the
would
stats.
outrank other ones. And I think that even later on they show the numbers that they don't. But
Okay, that makes sense. So they got romantic, trans, outdoor, which is weird.
I
guess
mean,
not that
outdoor
weird.
public, I can see it.
It's pretty hot. Tattoos.
Yeah,
I'm down with tattoos.
Down with the
I love me
sickness.
some tattoos. I'm down with the tattoos.
Now that
Tinder.
let's back to tattoos. Does the tattoo itself that they have ever throw you out of it? Like, oh, that tattoo looks so weird. I can't get into this girl because she looks.
Sometimes I see a tattoo, I'm like, oh, that's an interesting choice. But usually the only ones that ever pop up are ones with girls who have good tattoos.
True.
I never really see the ones with shitty tattoos. I guess that would defeat the point.
That's gonna be the 2019 trend: shitty tattoos.
Just have like a big Confederate flag on her tramp stamp spot.
Her
She's
entire
like, well,
back.
that's a weird choice.
Yeah.
Tinder, Bowsette,
Yep, that's another kid one. I'm sure.
threesome. It didn't even occur to me that Bowsette was still like relevant or like that big until I saw this picture.
I don't think it is. That's why I think it's just in terms of increase.
You
like
think so?
Percentage of,
Okay.
Yeah,
they talk a lot about it.
because the next thing they go down to is the most searched for terms, and some of that stuff is either not on the list or just way below. So those aren't the most searched for terms. It's just they had the highest increase in that term being searched.
That makes sense. So the most searched term ever, lesbian.
By a pretty, they don't list any like numbers with it. They just show a bar, like this is this bar.
Yeah.
It's a little off, but
The bar is pretty far ahead from the second most searched.
Also,
term.
they have rank changes, and against the top 4, which are lesbian, hentai, MILF, and stepmom, they don't have any. So I think those are just the same places they were last year. So
those
not
are
really
just
change.
solid winners all the time.
But if you go down quite a few, you see one that's jumped up 17,000 places, which is
weird.
Yeah, which is Fortnite.
Out of nowhere, for some reason,
jumped
Fortnite
up 17,000 places.
Right past Chinese, right before Big Ass. You got Fortnite.
I love that.
Overwatch
Fortnite beats out Big Tits.
It also beats out Overwatch.
Like it's Big Tits is one of those things. Like I just imagine whenever it's like someone's going to go look for one, just like I want big tits and types it in.
I just want big tits, you know.
And the fact that Fortnite is now above that's kind of funny.
Yeah, just the general concept of big tits, or
it's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's weird. Also, Big Ass still outranking Big Tits. I disagree. I'm a tit kind of guy, you know.
Are you a cartoon kind of guy or a Fortnite kind of guy?
Are you a cartoon or a cream pie kind of guy?
Yeah.
JOI still on this list. I always found that kind of strange, but you know, I'm not gonna knock people's jerk.
Don't gurk my jerk.
Don't gherkin my jerkin. What else can we hit here? Most search for porn stars.
Stormy Daniels is up there.
Yeah, she's
jumping up 671 places. She's
above Mia Khalifa, which I find offensive.
Well, if you look to the right as well on this list that we have, it shows video views for this one. And Stormy Daniels has 84 million. The other ones have multiple 100,000 or 100 million.
Higher, yeah.
So they're more searched for, but they don't have higher view statistics.
Yeah, interesting.
Kind of funny.
Interesting.
Most searched for male porn stars.
I've never even heard of this first guy. I've heard of Johnny Sins and James Dean. That's pretty much it.
James Dean, not the actor, by the way.
Different. Yeah, James Dean. And not the sausage.
I think it's interesting for this. Yeah. They include the rank here overall. So the number 1 most searched for male porn star is the number 12 ranked most searched for porn star overall. So there's 11 females that beat him out in that category.
Oh, okay.
And then second place is 36. So it's like that number 1 guy, he's highly searched for.
He's doing a good job. He really takes care of himself.
Shout outs to him, I guess.
Good job, Jordi El Nino Poya.
I really like the next graph that they break down for us, which is the top 20 countries by traffic. Because the United States out by a wide margin
putting in the work.
Dominates every other country.
Destroying everyone.
By like 3 United Kingdom is in second place, and the US is like 3 times the bar that United Kingdom is. So
3 times as much. And then UK, India, Japan, it kind of evenly goes down in the bars, but US, we just have nothing better to do.
So I wonder if
take the edge off.
If we could break down the 34 billion views. How many of these would be in the US alone? Probably like 10 billion of those visits.
Yeah. A good majority.
Which is kind of crazy.
Ukraine getting up there, moved up 11 spots down there. Ukraine finding out, telling their friends about Pornhub. Let's go.
But they also say top 20 countries in the world account for 80% of the daily traffic, which, you know, makes kind of sense. If the US probably accounts for 40% of that on their own, I would imagine.
That's insane. Time spent per visit.
Also, the fact that India has so many more people than like the US does, for example. The US is like less than 400 million, and India has like 1 billion people.
So,
but they also probably have other porn sites, I'm guessing, that they go to.
Probably makes
more catered to that demographic,
more catered to their culture or whatever. The next infographic I think is hilarious, because really lets us make fun of other nations. Time spent per visit. So the average time spent is about 10 minutes. But
It's a decent time.
pretty decent endurance amongst everyone. Philippines, 13 minutes.
Oh
Uh,
damn.
the Filipinos apparently have some crazy DNA. But Russia at near the bottom here, just looking real pitiful with their 7 minutes
Matt, Russia
48
just wants to get
seconds.
in and out. Just
They
snip
just
snap.
in and out. No, they don't even care. They're just there for them, and that's how that goes.
So I wonder if
But
this is calculated by the time they get onto the web page to the time they close the browser or whatever, or if it's like on a video.
On a video, like, are they spending more time looking for their video?
Yeah, it's
I feel like this is just video watch time.
yeah, I don't know how
No,
you
that's impossible. I feel like it's when they log in and then they find their shit and they get out.
yeah, which is kind of crazy. But
Interesting.
I guess Russians know what they want.
Well, I last like 10 hours. So that's not me.
Just scrolling down some more. They kind of
There's so much.
rehash the same thing, just kind of in a different way. There's most search for terms on Pornhub gay, which number one is Korean, which is interesting to me.
How far did you? Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's got to skip down kind of far. They just kind of
Yeah,
like
there's just
reiterate.
so much.
Like we're like a fourth of the way down the page. So it just goes on forever. But it's the top 5 for search terms on Pornhub gay are Korean, Japanese, black, daddy, and straight, which are interesting to me. I'm not gay, so I don't
I'm
search for these things.
I'm surprised not to see like big dick.
Well, if you
like
go down
higher.
way further, there's kind of big dick. But
Yeah, there's like monster cock and big black dick, but big black dick is trending downwards, and monster cock is pretty low.
I didn't think about it, but just seeing college roommates is a search term. It's kind of amusing.
Did you see this top trending gay male searches?
I did.
Fortnite is new.
Yeah, so
up
does
by
that
3,481% is OMG his dick.
I mean, they're all
and
pretty good. If you just keep
getting
going.
boner, truth dare, dick robber, remote control.
What is dick robber? You just rob someone's dick. Is that a term?
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Sorry for what? Men's suits, camp buddy, out public. No foreplay.
It's got to get straight to it.
Just pull the pants off and just go. OMG his dick.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
if there should be a title for this episode, I would say it should be that.
I wonder if that's like a specific video that has trended and like, oh, you got to go watch this OMG his dick video.
Maybe it could be something like that because it's like Fortnite. It's just like, oh, that's spiked out of nowhere. Yeah. What else is going on here?
I also break it down by gender, which is kind of interesting. For women, the top 3 are lesbian, Japanese, and hentai. Which is not too different from the men's, which is Japanese, MILF, and hentai. So a lot of Japanese and hentai going on.
We really like Eastern culture. Everyone's a weeb.
Apparently.
Japanese girls are pretty hot.
And then under the top terms for each one, Fortnite is obviously up there.
Of course.
But the one I find
adult loves Fortnite.
The one I find most interesting is under the men's, which is gone up 155%, is how to treat women.
And how to is one word. That might just be like a typo.
I like how they're not doing a Google search for it. They're just going on Pornhub. How to treat women.
How to treat woman, not women.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Woman.
It's very interesting.
This is no women searching how to treat man. Very racist.
Yeah.
Also, women searching for ASMR. That's weird.
I mean,
would not expect that.
No, it is interesting to see that for the female audience, that trans went up 73%. For men, it went up 167%.
Look at that.
So what's up, ladies? You don't like trans people?
Yeah. What the frick?
I find that
But
Sexist.
everyone loves Korean Fortnite.
Apparently.
Yeah, and anime and hentai and Japanese.
If you're Korean, now is your time. Like 2019 is yours.
You should cash in.
It's actually it's probably too late. It's probably cashed in at this point. Like it's probably over.
I think you should start fucking on the internet.
Maybe.
It'll be fun.
Maybe.
Oh man.
Just kind of go over things again. Break down the audience or the viewership between men and women. Philippines having the highest percentage of female visitors. Everywhere is about 25 to 30 female. Philippines going a nice 38%. Then we go down to the age, which is probably the last one. Well, we can talk about the
35,
the phones and stuff after that, but
yeah,
the average is 25 to 34, 35%. Much bigger in India with the 41%. It's kind of equal, except for India. It's a lot of young people, which makes sense. But
Argentina has the horniest seniors of any nation. I see, with 7% of 65 plus.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a lot.
Most of them are kind of skewed, but
probably
India has, I guess, less than 1%. Because it doesn't even give a number.
Because they die by that age. Because it's India.
Well, Sweden
they work themselves to death.
Sweden has, I guess, 1% as well in the 65 plus category.
Oh my God, Sweden! What are you doing?
It kind of breaks down the searches by age groups. No surprise, the top searches for 18 to 24 is Fortnite. 25 to 34, it's Fortnite. And 35 to 44, it's Tinder. It's the top gaining search.
That's where a lot of people are looking for new relationships.
But right under that is also trans.
Well,
it's kind of interesting.
And mature cougars. And then trans in 55-64. Super up top.
A 214% increase.
Oh my God.
But this is also, it's like, you have to take into account what the actual number before was. So if it was like 20 searches the year before and it went up 300%, that's only like 60 searches this year. So
yeah, it's just like, it's a fact of the numbers being
relative.
Weird. Yeah.
So once again, 55 to 64 trans going up about 300%, 290. And then it's maybe my favorite at 65 plus, the top search, gaining search is extreme at 210%.
I've seen it all. You better show me something I haven't seen before.
What?
I'm ready to kick it. I want some extreme shit.
Well, one is extreme, and then right up after that is classic. So it's
classic.
They want some extreme stuff, and then right after they want some real classic.
Contrast it immediately, and then
back when I was the boy,
you know,
this was it.
And bisexual swingers, because I feel like some mature people, they get bored and they want to be swingers. Yeah, I think that's weird, but when I'm older, maybe I'll think differently.
Yeah, you'll want it real extreme.
Yeah, and they like their vintage stuff under relative categories for 65 plus. Vintage is 122% higher than other ages.
Oh, would you look at that?
They like their vintage stuff, but they want it extreme because they're tired of pussy shit.
I don't think they are.
They fought in wars or something. I don't know. Probably not. They're just freaks.
And then they start breaking down all of the ways that people visit their site. So mobile is by far the clear-cut winner. It's about 72% if you round up, with desktop taking up 20 and tablet taking up 9.
Which makes sense. Yeah, your phone's just a computer and movie watcher in your hand all the time, and you can hold it with one hand.
Yeah. I mean, if you get a really big
make
phone,
that connection. Well, yeah,
you can get like a selfie stick to hold it away from you.
Yeah, and that takes one hand, and then the other hand you can drink your coffee
So
while you watch porn.
once again, going back to not weird, but interesting statistics about India is while overall it's 72% on their phone, India is 90% on their phone. It's,
Yeah, they're all traveling.
they're all on the go.
Work. Yeah, that's actually the truth. Like when it comes to India, is China on here too?
China is not on here.
Not on here. But yeah, when it comes to India and China, like they have 4-hour plus commutes because just work is hard to find, and you got.
Isn't they jacking off on the bus? Like,
yeah, I mean, maybe,
yeah,
probably. They practically live most of their lives working or on public transportation. So mobile, they do everything on mobile. If it's anything like China, that is. It's weird.
Yeah.
But it's the reality.
Very briefly going over operating system, just because I think it's kind of fascinating. Windows, at least on desktop, is 77%, way above everything else. But for phones, that's where most things are. Android beats out Apple in this regard. Usually that's not the case.
Let's go. I wonder why that is.
Yeah.
Because more people have iPhones, I would think.
Yeah. Usually Apple has a higher statistic on user base or platforms. Like if you look at podcasts, it's iTunes is way above everything else in terms of where people get that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not too big of a difference with Android at 55 or 54.4 and Apple at 44.4. But still pretty significant difference for that.
Interesting.
So I see you Android users. If you go out in public, especially in India, and you see someone using an Android phone, you know within like the last 2 hours they've jacked off. Pretty much. That's what that means.
The probability is they probably jacked it on the train.
Yep. And then there's some stuff about web browsers, which we're just going to skip past, and game consoles, which is PlayStation users, the winner there. Followed up by Xbox.
No Soulja console here.
Yeah. Well, his just came out, so give him 2019. That's the year of his stuff.
Okay.
Then they go into celebrity searches, which is, you can imagine, Stormy Daniels is number 1. Kim Kardashian number 2.
Something that sticks out to me here is there's a YouTuber, number 4.
I don't know
the plug.
I don't know who that is.
She's a YouTuber thought. Sorry. She's a YouTuber.
Okay.
But she like is known for being a YouTuber who also uploads porn constantly on Pornhub.
Oh, nice.
And she dates a well-known other YouTuber podcaster dude.
PewDiePie?
So that's interesting.
No.
Huh? No, Adam22 or
I don't know who that is.
Adam something. He does a podcast called No Jumper. It's a rapper podcast.
I'm learning a whole bunch of new things today. But then you got, big ones like Nicki Minaj, Cardi B on there. Selena
Who don't
Gomez.
have actual porn.
No. Well, that we know of.
They're just
But like I love the very, very bottom of this list. About the only male, because I don't feel like looking into all of them, but Kanye West rounds out the bottom of the list with 521,000 searches.
Girls want to see Kanye West, or guys.
Yeah, I guess. It's just weird to see Kim Kardashian way up there, and then Kanye West is.
Who is Sniper Wolf?
That is another YouTuber, I believe.
So Sniper
I've seen that
Wolf
name before.
Yeah, she's a Metal Gear Solid boss from the PlayStation game.
Well, it's someone that takes their name after that. It's not the actual Metal Gear Solid boss.
She's real. She's there. I guess she's just like a girl YouTuber. Look at that. Who'd thunk?
Learning so many things through Pornhub.
It's really educational.
Mm-hmm. Well, you might find the next part even more educational. This is popular movie, TV, and character searches.
Here it is.
Which, number 1, it's probably not a surprise, Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn's sexy.
Yep.
She's a sexy girl.
This one, it makes sense. I just didn't think about it that Elastigirl from The Incredibles, the mom in Incredibles, would be
This is like,
so
yeah,
high up. I mean,
this is weird. It's like when I see like Leela from Futurama or like Lois from Family Guy.
yeah, Family Guy is
It's
number
like
5 on this list, actually.
there it is.
Not just Lois, but Family Guy itself, which is, I don't want to watch any porn that has Peter Griffin in it or any of the characters. But
from what I understand,
so how do you
and
feel
I haven't
about?
watched any of it, but usually Peter's sitting in the corner watching Lois get the business from.
How do you feel about Star Wars being number 4 on this list?
You know what? It is what it is.
I imagine most of this is because of Rey.
It's Rey getting, Stormtrooper gets Rey in the prison room or like something.
Or Captain
fucked up.
Phasma getting thrown down the garbage chute.
No, nobody cares about Captain Phasma. She's not even in the porn.
But you got a lot of TV shows. So you got Family Guy on there. You got Simpsons, Rick and Morty, American Dad. You do have Princess Leia on her own besides Star Wars.
She is. She's a pretty, she had that slave Leia costume in Return of the Jedi. Where she's in a very skimpy metal bikini.
Yeah.
So she's a pretty iconic sexual symbol of Star Wars.
You also have Rey a little bit later down this list.
Sense.
Right,
yeah,
right between Deadpool and the Hulk, which
okay, well,
which would be kind of interesting to see. Yeah,
yeah, I'd watch that maybe.
So I think it just stands out between the MCU and the DC universe. You have Avengers way up at 6 million views, Justice League down less than 1 million. When you can't even get your audience excited about going to Pornhub to find your characters, you know you messed up.
No one really cares
Mm-hmm.
if they don't want to fuck your characters.
Who is
That's
this?
probably the metric that you really need to aim for.
Is Ahsoka the Star Wars character that's like a cat with like blue and white?
Ahsoka, she's like an alien girl with like kind of tentacle head.
Yeah, it's like blue and white. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's who I thought it was. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize she was so popular.
Wait, is she on here?
Yep, right near the bottom of the list. Right after Captain America.
There she is. Oh, they just announced Clone Wars, a new season of Star Wars Clone Wars, the 3D animated cartoon.
Okay.
So that could be a big reason for that Ahsoka Tano getting up there because she's the main character in Star Wars Clone Wars.
Well, her search peaked around January 2nd of this year. So I think it's a little late for that, but
yeah, people love them some Ahsoka, even though that show's garbage. Fuck that show. I don't care if you like
got a lot of
sucks.
Marvel characters on here as well. Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Deadpool, Jessica Jones.
I think it's incredible, pun intended, that Elastigirl is before Incredibles, and they're both 2 and 3 on this list. That's crazy.
It is a little crazy.
People want to see that shit, I guess.
They also show the peak date of like when it got the highest searches, and the Incredibles was June 18th, which I assume is was that when the movie came out or when the trailer came out? But then Elastigirl peaked on the 28th, which I'm assuming is after the movie came out. People are like, oh, I want to see more Elastigirl.
Yeah, maybe she had some good character development.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen an Incredibles movie in my life, so I've
seen the first one. I thought it was pretty okay, but
people love that fucking movie.
Yeah, they love Elastigirl. So, something we probably know a little bit more about in the terms of video game characters, which is
here it is,
own thing. The top on this one, all right, I'm not even gonna say who it is yet, but Harley Quinn, which was from the last list at 10 million searches. The number one on this list is about 34.6 million. Like, it is blown out of the water. It is crazy, but it's Bowsette.
Yeah, it's Bowsette, which is a trash meme. Because people like trashy shit, apparently. Well, like Bowsette.
Yeah, that is at the just amount of searches for that alone is crazy.
That's actually insane. Bridget from Brigitte, I think people would pronounce it, from Overwatch is number 2 by a a large margin. It goes from 34 million to 4 million.
Yeah.
Uh, Bridget is she's cutie.
Yeah,
She's
if
my
you go down
main
the
in
first,
Overwatch.
if you go down this list, it's just like something Overwatch, something Overwatch, something Overwatch. It's like constantly down the list.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have like
Nothing
Mercy,
really stands
Ash,
out.
Widowmaker, Tracer, Diva.
Then there's
Mei.
like Nintendo, like Zelda and
Yeah, it's a lot of Nintendo and Overwatch.
Peach,
But then you have some Mortal Kombat characters down below and
Katana,
Misty from Pokemon.
the Sunstrider from Fortnite. Sure.
It doesn't surprise me that this is on the list. It's so high. Is Gardevoir from Pokemon, which is an actual Pokemon.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's
wait. What? Wait, I think it's. I think I know what this one
it's
looks
like a more it's a more human character.
Yeah, it's like it has the green kind of hair and like the white cloak.
It's just funny to see it that high up.
That's not.
I knew it was a thing for people, but yeah. We also see some Fortnite characters on here as well. To not forget about them.
Don't know who they are, but I'm glad to see.
Which I didn't know.
List.
I didn't know the Fortnite characters had names. I thought they were just skins.
I thought they were just skins. Yeah, but you know, we haven't played enough Fortnite apparently.
So it's very strange.
Tifa Lockhart, glad she's still repping. She's the original teenage boner character. Glad she's still
rocking that 215,000.
Yeah, she's still out here.
Saints, 200,000 of them.
Yep, that's true. Every single day I search it 10 times.
Damn.
And that's me.
It's a lot of work.
I put in the work.
So I wonder if maybe Lara Croft went up because of the movie coming out.
Video game.
The Tomb Raider
came
movie.
out too.
Oh yeah, the game did come out.
I think. Right.
Yeah, they even have like little paragraphs underneath, which I've been skipping over, but it does say both with a fresh new game and big screen movie release.
So, oh yeah, that
does make sense. Then they just kind of go into every like sporting event and sporting events per city based on what teams are playing, all that stuff, which we're probably not going to break down because it's a lot, a lot of information,
a lot of minor number changes.
Me. We can go over maybe the U.S. holiday traffic because that applies to us the most, but then leave it behind. But they're over the holidays, which they actually include some holidays I didn't think they would. New Year's Eve is down 38%.
It's because everyone's fucking.
Yeah, we're getting drunk.
Like they're going out drinking and fucking. They don't need porn. Makes sense.
Well then, on the opposite end of things, with the highest percentage gains, 7% is Valentine's Day, which is pretty funny.
Sad.
Yeah, everyone gets sad because they can't get dates or they break up.
Yeah, or they just want to save money, so they stay indoors.
Well, saving money leads to the second highest, which was Black Friday at 5%.
Black Friday, fuck. I spent so much money.
Yeah, got so many good deals on those TVs.
Oh, God, I'm so horny right now.
Yeah.
Veterans Day, really up there for some reason. I think it's just because people are off.
Yeah, I would imagine most of these.
Veterans Day.
A lot of the ones where they gain traffic is holidays like, where people are off, but they're not really you don't celebrate them. The ones where they lose traffic are Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, when you're with family and you're the least horny. And 4th of July, you're out eating and with your family. Yeah, makes sense. Halloween down 4%. It's not that much, but you know, you're out partying. Or the kids are knocking on your door too much to fap.
Well, I mean, if it only takes you 10 minutes, you got 10 minutes between kids coming around.
Yeah. If you're in Russia, it takes 7 minutes.
Maybe that's why they do it. Yeah, more trick or treaters.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, then they break it down by top 20 countries. So if you're curious about your country, you can look it up. They got like India and stuff. Very cool statistics. They list like top porn stars, categories, searches, all that good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
It's very extensive, exhaustive, uh,
I really wish
bunch of
more
data.
sites did this. Like it'd be cool to see Netflix release something like this of all the shows and searches that were
That'd be
put
great.
out there. I'd love to see
That'd be
Google put
super
out a
cool.
list like this, which would be astronomical.
Or like Steam, like really go in depth, like, hey, these countries like these games or
Yeah.
something. Not just like here's vague awards on games over the past 10
Yeah.
years.
I could see Twitch, doing something like this, like which type of games are people looking to watch from different countries and age groups and
They've done that before, haven't they?
maybe. I
Feel
mean,
like
you can
they've
kind of
had
look in
a
your own
demographic.
like stream information and it tells you kind of that stuff, but it's like overall and like what age groups are subbing more to certain games and they can do a whole thing with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this whole thing.
We'll
is
see what
really
happens in
interesting.
2019. What big changes come out?
Oh my god, I can't wait.
Big
Bloodstained Beers is going to be #1.
what big gaming the thing
OMG
pops up
his
and takes
dick.
over Fortnite.
OMG his outdoor dick.
OMG his Fortnite.
OMG his Japanese.
It's interesting we didn't see Ninja pop up and like the male group.
Well, thank God.
Yeah.
I mean, if he had a sex tape leak, then that would have been it.
2019.
That would have been it.
You think when he like starts declining and like Fortnite starts
like,
declining, like that pops
accidentally release a sex tape with his wife with the face.
Or if Drake
has sex with a ninja.
Yeah.
And Ninja's like, OMG, his dick. I'd watch it.
Would you? If there was a ninja sex tape, would you watch it?
It'd be my job.
Oh,
It'd be my duty. Be like, I have to know.
I'm not paying
so
you
I
for
can
that.
tell people. Yeah. That'd be it.
Yeah. Go give a breakdown, like detailed analysis of what happens.
A shoutcast.
You can see here, he starts sweating because he saw his dick.
And he said the N-word multiple times, so he's extra nervous.
No, that was PewDiePie.
It was both of them.
That's
if you're famous, apparently, if you're a famous white person, you have to say the N-word, apparently. That's what I understand.
That's what Papa John's thought too. Look where he is.
Yeah. He's somewhere. They took out his John's favorite pizza, which used to be pepperoni sausage and 6 cheese. Now it's just called the pepperoni sausage 6 cheese.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, they're just erasing his name from everywhere except the name of the company, apparently.
Yeah, they took down all his branding all over across the site and like changed the boxes and
no more John's face on the box. I got one recently. Well, it was like a month ago, but I got pizza from there recently that still had John's face on the box.
Well, you should have called and complained.
And I probably could have, but they also included like the little like circle plates they cook the pizzas on and they're supposed to remove. That was like under my pizza.
Oh wow.
It's like the little metal thing. I was like, I guess I just have this now. Like
sweet.
What the fuck? Yeah, they like totally fucked up everything.
Oh man, I ordered a pizza a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago at this point, and the driver called. Like it on Papa John's site, it shows when you order pizza their location like GPS now, which is kind of cool and kind of creepy at the same time. But I knew he was like on my street, at least for a bit, and then he calls. He's like, "Hey, I think it's telling me the wrong place." I was like, okay, what do you see? Have you passed this or whatever? Kind of give him some directions. He's like,
yeah,
I think I'm outside a church. I'm like, okay, there's a church a couple blocks away, He's like, well, I'm just going to get out and start walking. And if you want to stay outside, I'll see you and I'll walk to you. I was like, it's like 30 degrees out. If you're at the church like 3 blocks away or something, I don't want you to walk 3 blocks.
You're not getting here for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll go outside and see if I can see you and find out. I go outside and he's like 10 feet from me. I'm like,
oh, what?
Yeah, it's like, I was like, what? How do you think this is a church?
A church or something?
Yeah, he's like,
oh, wait, that's a house.
He's like, I saw the window on the side of your house and it looked like a church to me. I was like, okay, Sure, man. Like we were on the phone for
All
like
right.
5 to 10 minutes. I was like,
All right, dude.
trying to give him directions. Like, no, I didn't pass that. I don't. This doesn't look familiar at all. I was like, okay, I'll just go
Yeah.
outside, and there he was. I was like, really,
You
dude?
know,
Like,
it's sometimes you
um,
just get, random people working those jobs.
yeah,
It's even more random with Uber Eats, who can't even find my apartment to the point where I just tell them, I will meet you outside, like on the options. They're just like, you can't find my apartment for some reason, so I'll just stand outside.
yeah,
And then they still can't find me. And it's
nice.
like, well, must be really hard.
Yeah. Well, one of the latest times I've ordered from Papa John's, they've sent me an email afterwards saying, "Hey, we're hiring." I was like, "What? What are you? What are you trying to tell me with this?"
It's what? Fuck off.
Okay, sure, I'll take the job.
They're desperate.
Yep. Just
For
because I order from
drivers.
you doesn't mean I want a job at your store. But
You want to like work for us and get like discounts, right?
yeah, imagine if
Maybe that's what they're
every
going
place you
for.
bought something from, it's like, "Hey, you want a job?"
Hey, you want to work for us then? Like you came to the DMV. Do you want to work for the government? Is that
Yeah,
what you're down with?
you just go and buy a car. They're like, "Hey, you want to sell cars?" Like,
You're like, you know what? I think I do.
yeah.
I think it was like a subconscious thing.
You call a plumber like, "Hey, can you come fix this?" Like, "Hey, you want to work for us?" Like,
So yeah, you must want to do this like for the rest of your life.
yeah,
So you're like, oh well,
it's kind of weird.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it makes sense.
But
So
that's kind of all the big stuff that's been happening this week and or of late.
yeah, there's not much else to really go over other than like what have you been up to this week and what do you got planned for the next week before Blood Satan Beers episode 13?
Um, so not much. I've been trying to fix my sleep schedule by completely messing it up, which has not worked
Oh
out great.
yeah,
So I've been
that's
going
the
to
only way
bed
to
at like
fix it.
6 a.m. or trying to go to bed at 6 a.m. I end up
Oh
falling
my
asleep
god,
at like 8, so I wake up at 3 or 4, which is terrible. Uh,
you're just opposite.
yeah,
It's like completely backwards.
and I don't know how I'm gonna fix it because it's like I don't want to stay up.
All nighter.
Yeah, I
Force
that's
yourself into an all nighter.
as someone who streams, doing an all nighter is not great. 'Cause then
It
I
sucks.
want to stream at the same time, and it's like, well, I'm not going to be entertaining, so I'm just going to deal with
Yep.
this. So who knows? But been playing a whole bunch of older games that I used to play, just to mix things up. If I want to go back and revisit stuff, and nothing stuck quite yet, but it's been fun. So
Nice.
yep.
What kind of old games have you been playing?
It's basically things I've done runs of in the past. So I did some Fear stuff the other night, did some Bioshock last night.
What? Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Things people
I miss those runs.
come to have watched over time. They're like, hey, I like this run, and I move on from it. It's like, well, they still might come watch, but that's the thing they like to see. So it's like, well, let me go see if I want to get back into it. And it's like, well, still like it. It's not sticking with me at the moment. So
Yeah,
dipping my toes here and there and stuff, figuring it out.
makes sense.
Been practicing guitar a lot lately, so I've gotten into that, which is cool. Happy with that.
I need to do that more, admittedly.
Yeah.
Recently, we watched you and I and a couple other friends in a Discord watched Pulp Fiction and No Escape Room.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, we can just talk Pulp Fiction. Just good movie. You guys should watch it.
Pulp Fiction's amazing. It's a classic. It's great. It's so good.
I do think the story is a bit weird in the way it's told, like with Bruce Willis's character and then Samuel L.
The way
Jackson,
it's
everything.
structured.
It just feels like kind of like two different movies at a time, but it's still great.
Yeah, like connects in a weird way, and it kind of it's the movie that kind of coined the term we're gonna do it like Tarantino it, like when you're telling a story, you like start with like the ending or something like really stupid. That's kind of where that comes from. It's Pulp Fiction
Yeah.
telling it in a weird way, but I love Bruce Willis's character in that movie, and also
Yeah, he's
Samuel
pretty
L.
good.
Jackson. Those are my two favorite characters, Butch and Jules. And then, yeah, you should if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. You're doing a disservice to yourself by not ever seeing that movie. But then we
It
watched
is, to
No
be
Escape
fair,
Room.
pretty long. It's like 2.5 hours.
Yes, yeah, but
But
it's
it's
worth
worth
it.
it.
I watch it probably like once a year because I'm just like, man, that's such a good movie. I'm just gonna watch it again.
Yeah, but the real showstopper of the night was when we watched No Escape Room, which came out as a sci-fi original sometime this year, I believe, like a couple months ago. It's about this dad who's divorced, and he only gets to see his daughter for like one weekend a month, and they don't really connect, so he's trying to figure out what to do. So it's like, hey, you heard about escape rooms, you think they're cool, so we'll go do one. Like, all right, that's cool. And they go in, and there's this creepy lady, and there's already 3 other people there, fortunately, because it's in the middle of nowhere. And then, yeah, they get locked into this escape room to figure out what this inventor did to 5 other people. That's basically where things stop making any sort of sense.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, the fact that it's a sci-fi original should tell you the quality and the story writing behind this, but
it's a TV movie. And it goes into a lot of like time loops, alternate dimensions, repeating time frame things.
And it never tries to explain any of it. It just
does. There's a monster, I guess, in the house, but it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, they imply that there's a monster in the fact that it makes noise behind a door, but it never comes through the door. They never see it. It's never present.
You never see who the inventor is. He never reveals themselves. There's no twists. It's just like a lot of tropes on top of tropes.
Well, there are some twists in the fact that it starts going into the time travel, different dimension stuff, but it's not. There's no payoff with the twist. It's like, oh, that happened.
No. And it ends on a stupid note.
Yeah, it kind of ends on like a cliffhanger. They want to continue
it's
it,
like a,
kind of thing.
No.
But yeah, it's basically they escape the room, but they don't escape the puzzle or in the inventor or whatever.
The ongoing escape room.
Yeah, but once again, as a horror movie, there's things in it. I'm just like, you killed this character. Like, this person in the movie knew what was happening because they experienced the time loop once, and then they repeated it again, which they knew led to a character's death, but they still did it.
Yeah, a lot of people acting really dumb, like,
which is
a lot.
Not too far off, but it annoys me when you directly know you're going to kill someone by doing this, and your goal is trying to save them.
Yeah, or not. I don't know if maybe they weren't trying to save people. I don't know. That movie was not great.
Well, I'm going to... I doubt many people are going to go watch it just based on how we talked about it. Spoil it. Spoiler alert if you want to watch the movie. So there's a couple, I don't know if they're husband or wife, where they go, it's her birthday, and he doesn't really care. And there's a part early on where they get a phone call from, it turns out, their future selves, or the girl in the future. She's saying, run, get out.
She picks up the phone talking to herself in the future, who's knows what the fuck is going on.
And she tells the past boyfriend, husband, whatever, to get out and run. So he leaves. And that ends in him dying. So once the present girl gets to the future to call back, knowing he's going to die if he runs, she tells him to run.
Yes.
And I'm just like, you know, like that's going to cause him to die. Why are you telling him this?
I feel like that was like heat of the moment thing where she was like, just get the fuck out. Like, she's like running in like loops at that point in the attic before she dies. And she's like, oh, just get the fuck out. Like, whoever the fuck, just get out. And she doesn't realize she's telling the guy to go out of the room, but that like causes them to die. Basically, she's dumb.
Yeah.
And then she climbs up a ladder and falls and smacks her head.
I will say this. I had less problems with this than the movie Jigsaw, which came out last year.
I didn't see that.
It's bad. There's a very glaring, I don't want to spoil that movie because I don't want people to ever watch Jigsaw. But there's a very clear way for all the people in Jigsaw's game to escape because they're in a certain location which allows for that, and they just don't do it. They're free.
Okay.
They're like, let's go through that bolted door over there instead of escaping, and that puts them further into the game. And it's bad. But this is better than Jigsaw, but it's still not great. And
It's
there's a,
not great, but it wasn't, like, painfully bad. It was like, okay, they're just dumb people in
mhm.
some dumb story doing stupid things.
But there is
It was
another
fun
escape room movie coming out sometime soon,
in
2019.
January before AGDQ.
Oh man.
Yep,
I think that's just
we
called
can go
Escape Room.
see
It
it.
looks a little better. It has
Yeah.
the girl that plays Karen Page in Daredevil in it, which is cool. See her
Oh,
get some stuff.
maybe it'll be the first good escape room horror movie.
I mean, they kind of spoil some of the puzzles already in in that trailer, but I guess there's some more.
It's weird thinking of an escape room movie, like, how like so they did escape like, normal escape room puzzles in No Escape Room that we watched, and it wasn't, like, interesting or
Well,
engaging. It was just like, "Oh, okay, you're just connecting the
the
dots."
the thing with like at that point, it's you have to, instead of just a normal escape room where you make puzzles that last about an hour, like intertwining, it's you have to make puzzles that the characters will know nothing about and have to figure them out within very brief amount of time based on some sort of knowledge. So
Yeah.
it has to be easy enough for them to figure out, but also not easy enough for them to just look at it and know, but they kind of do. There's like, oh yeah, these masks have these numbers on them that need a black light, and
Yeah, but it's like it's weird watching a movie where they do that as opposed to, like, doing it yourself. 'Cause as
true.
somebody who's worked in an escape room, watching people solve puzzles, it's the most boring shit ever, and, especially if you know the puzzles or if you don't know like, if you're an audience member and you're watching them solve a puzzle where you are not there and you can't, like, figure it out or, like, do it yourself, I don't know, it
Right.
just seems, like, stupid and boring. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess the whole point is that they're stuck in, like, a scary place.
I was trying to think of it as like watching someone play like a puzzle game, but there you can
Yeah.
you kind of have an idea of what the mechanics are and what they should be looking for, so you can be involved. In an escape
Yeah.
room where literally everything and anything can be a clue and or a puzzle from multiple people's perspectives, and
Yes.
you have one certain
Yep.
thing that you're following.
Yeah, and in a movie, you have the one perspective of whatever they're showing you, and it's just like,
Mhm.
well, I can't get into it. I'm just waiting for them to be shown whatever the movie wants to show them.
Yeah, you're waiting for one character to find one specific thing so it can zoom on that and be like, oh, this is
Yeah.
clearly the solution, instead of trial and error. Because in that movie, there's basically no trial and error. There's like,
Yeah, it's just they
oh,
figure it out.
let's look at this thing, and it happens to have what we need, and this
Oh,
happens to
wait,
be
this
the
is
puzzle.
this. Yeah. It's more about character moments and character
Yeah.
things, like, the guy that we thought was gonna be kind of a pedophile with the guy's daughter, that was a whole weird thing,
Yeah,
but
I
then
mean,
he gets kinda owned.
he kind of was pedophile. I mean, not really, but
He was, like, kind of totally a pedophile, or
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where that was going. He was
Nope.
just a nice guy. I'll just say that.
Can I just say the whole basement area was
That
worthless in that
sucked.
movie?
That sucked. It's
The
so
base
stupid.
the basement was an excuse to get the girl out
Oh.
of the movie for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, to just
Um,
sit there and then yeah.
and there's a throwaway line that they say like halfway through the movie. At the moment, makes no sense at all, but then later on becomes a thing where a guy says this house is like a maze when it's clearly not. He's just like walking through
It's
like
just the
one
house.
hallway. It's like this
Yeah.
house is like a maze, and it's like, well, it's not. And then like
No,
30
they're
minutes
just in the
later, it becomes a
foyer.
little maze. It's like, okay, but
The moment he says, "This place is like a maze," it's like he's just walking through the foyer and, like it's just, like, the way they came when they got in the house, and he's like, "Fucking this place. It's like a fucking maze."
yeah,
It's like,
it's
"What? No, it's not. Literally nothing's changed. You're just dumb." Uh, yeah. No Escape Room. If you wanna I don't feel like we spoiled too much, but if you want a
no.
bad
Um,
horror movie to drink to and watch, there you go. No Escape Room. And,
you could probably make a pretty good drinking game based around that movie.
I think you could. There's something like anytime the guy seems, like, pedo-y to the daughter, you should drink, and you'll get
Mm,
fucked up.
but you would get fucked up early on, and then late you'd be fine.
Yes. Yes. Maybe we should go see Escape Room at GDQ, and then we'll have like a
The comparison.
yeah, we'll talk about it on the podcast after GDQ.
I feel like you could like literally just make an escape room and then film someone going through it, and it'd be a better movie than
It probably would
what
be.
we were shown.
Yeah.
Also, can I just say I don't know what the point of the timer was in that movie of like it's counting down to whatever. It just counted down to nothing.
There was when we were watching the movies, they asked in the movie one of the characters like, "What's it counting down to?" And one of us in Discord was like, 0. I was like, yeah, it is. But in the movie, I think like it was counting down, but like later in the movie when time stuff started happening, is flipping between the current timer and like the timer earlier in the game, like is like 6 minutes, 50 minutes, 6 minutes, 50 minutes. And it's like, oh, this is when this was happening back in time.
Yeah, I just don't know what
And I
would
was like,
happen. They never
yeah, I
made
was
the
like, what
stakes
does that
of
matter?
what happens if it hits 0. Like, what's
I don't
gonna?
know.
Are they gonna die? Is an inventor come back?
We never saw he would invent.
Because there's like a threat looming, but it has nothing to do with, as we said, the monster or whatever. But it doesn't.
Yeah, in the beginning they were just like, you have an hour to find out what happened to the people, and that was it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
We never knew what was going to happen. So yeah, Pulp Fiction was better than No Escape Room,
Barely.
just by its sliver.
No Escape Room tried to do the Tarantino effect of
The time
it's a
difference.
time difference, and then
Oh my
kind of
god.
messed it up.
So yeah,
Very strange.
movies.
Apparently, there's some other escape room movies out there as well.
There's another one called Escape Room in 2016. That is the exact name of the movie coming out in January of 2019, which is confusing.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna name it besides No Escape Room? It's either Escape Room or No Escape Room.
Yeah, you gotta really tell people that it's about an escape room.
The room of escaping.
You won't escape this room.
Is there a horror movie called Get Out Alive? So, I mean,
Get Out
you can't
Alive?
use Get Out at this point. There is a movie. It's a TV movie.
Oh wow! And it came before Get Out.
Couple of marital problems get lured to a remote retreat. They must put aside their problems to survive after they discover their lives are in danger. So it has nothing to do with escape rooms, but I feel like that'd be a pretty good title for a escape room movie.
Well, Get Out is kind of like an escape room. You've never seen Get Out, have you?
I have.
Oh, okay. That was someone else. That's a good movie.
There's also a 2012 movie called Get Out Alive.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at.
So that trailer
After becoming stranded in a desolate truck stop, Paul and Marilyn discover a strange creature in a cage behind an auto shop, and the mechanic tries to feed them to it. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good, actually.
We gotta watch that.
Just looking at the cast for that
on IMDb. Directed by Clay Dumas. Sounds good.
The director of Get Out, is that Jordan Peele?
Yeah.
He put out a poster for his next movie, which I can't remember. It has like scissors on the front. It might be called like Up or something like that. Maybe not.
Unveils new chilling poster for horror thriller Us.
Us, that's what it's called. It looks pretty good. Just the poster, kind of creepy. So if it's anything like Get Out in terms of just quality, I think it'll be another hit. So,
yeah.
You know,
I'm down to watch that.
Seems to know what he's doing there, which is nice.
I fucking loved Get Out. That was such a great movie. IMO.
Yeah. Now, if he did an escape room movie, oh boy, that'd be crazy. That'd be yeah, spicy meatball.
Did you watch any more Breaking Bad?
No, I didn't. I watched some Always Sunny in Philadelphia because I felt like watching that, but I've not watched any more Breaking Bad. I'm on season 2, episode 3. That's what I gotta watch. So, I mean, I know what happens, so it's like I don't feel super compelled to watch it. It's one of those things when I run out of other stuff popping up, I go back and watch it. So,
Makes sense.
Getting on that.
Hell yeah.
I think that's a pretty good place to wrap it up, unless you want to talk about anything real quick.
I have stuff that can wait till next week.
Okay.
I think we are at a good stopping point here.
Next week is Christmas, so we may have a little holiday themed episode next week. Perhaps. Get Santa on here, talk about stuff.
Yeah, I have him on speed dial. I can see what he's up to.
He's watching porn. Watching OMG his dick.
Antarctica stats.
Ooh. Oh, if Santa had stats like Pornhub did, like
it's just like
most requested toys from kids across the world, like Fortnite toys.
Oh my god.
There has to be Fortnite toys, right? It's got to be a thing.
Yeah, there's
like how is that not
like Funko Pops or some shit? Fortnite toys.
Walmart.com. Oh yeah,
there has
there is.
Yeah, there they are.
There's Monopoly and Sweatbags, yeah.
There's no way they haven't. The corporate machine they had to have.
Yeah, they'd be missing out. There's not a whole lot actually, but there are some. It's interesting.
I mean, if I was a kid, I'd be like, "Yo,
that's
an action figure."
That's what Minecraft did. Minecraft sold tons of copies, and then they just made tons and tons and tons of merch, like anything you could think of. I
remember it. I remember the merch blitz.
Surprised. Actually, store. My mom asked me what Minecraft was the other day, which is interesting. She thought it was something new. I was like, well, not really.
It's Lego.
It's a couple years late on that one, Mom. But
yeah, just a little bit. Feel like it's Lego for video games.
That's pretty much how I describe it. It's like 3D Legos or like video game Legos.
Yeah, pretty much.
There you go.
All right, Santa's gonna join us for next week. Thank you for joining us for episode, what was it, 12, 13? 12 for Blood.
Next week is lucky number 13 as well.
Straight in time for Christmas. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and any other RSS feed grabber app that you have on your phone.
And maybe Pornhub.
Find us, and soon we'll be on Pornhub. Hopefully.
So we'll see you guys next week.
And we'll see you guys. Bye-bye.